throughout social media. We will get you out here well before the top of the hour, give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games, and that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is Jovan Live Free Sports Picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later, and to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us here for today, we got Zawacky with us, Jovan Burts, Brian Bitler, Jay Briggs, and Nick Menken. Here's how they'll line up for this evening. Briggs, Burts, Bitler, Zawacky, Menken, and I will close this one out. All right, heading into the weekend here. We got big NBA card tonight. 14 games on the schedule. Got some college hoops as well. Action on the ice and headed to a big weekend. Remember, there is NFL on Saturday and Sunday this week. Big college basketball card. I think I saw 145 games on the line sheet for tomorrow. So it's a big weekend coming up with hoops and football as well. Don't forget about the ice. Let's get this show underway. Let's go and welcome in Jay Briggs. Catch him over at Pick Dog Stream. Catch him on the morning show. Catch him on the weekend show. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening?
It's going great. All right, here we go. This is a familiar team we've been seeing here. I think we've been on them this entire trip. The road trip that never ends for this Charlotte Hornets team. And this is the last stop. So they haven't seen their loved ones since December 26th. I think they had to fly. They were up in the air during Christmas. And all the way till January 5th, they're closing out this road trip in Chicago. I don't know what the weather would be like there in early January. It must be miserable. But anyway, the Bulls laying 9.5. Total sits 218.5.
Yes, sir, Tony T. You hit it right on the head, man. I feel like I've talked about this Hornets team a lot here recently, especially on this road trip, especially here with you on the drive-thru. And you guys know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to continue to fade the Hornets on this long road trip. This is the last stop, like Tony T said, but I think we're going to be able to cash one last time. Here's the flip side of it. I told you guys how I feel about these boys in this long road trip. They did surprise me and beat the Kings outright as a 16-point dog. I was thoroughly surprised. I think that was more about the Kings than it was about the Hornets, though. But here in this one, Chicago just owns the Hornets. It just is what it is. They smash them damn near every time they play. We seen them smash them earlier this year, 111-100. One thing Chicago does is smash the Hornets, and I think that's what we see tonight. Terrible spot for the Kings. Chicago, they're getting Vooch back tonight. Big man down low, so that's a positive. Bounce back spot at the crib is what I see here for Chicago, and I expect them to do it in pretty significant fashion. Terrible spot for Charlotte, looking to get back home and see their families, like Tony T told you a second ago.
Yeah, they were on the air at Christmas, so it's been Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and now we're late in early February, almost January, I should say, into the first week, and they're still got to close out the series here against this Bulls team. But yeah, you made a good point there here with Vucevic coming back. I mean, Drummond can grab those rebounds, but man, he can't he can't play 40 plus minutes, right? So when he's out. When he's out, out of the lineup, it really creates a void here for this Bulls team. But now you can count on Vucevic, you can count on Drummond, who can still grab boards even at his advanced age.
Yes, sir. As we like to joke on the morning show, everybody knows I love my Euros in the NBA. And I think Vucevic is actually one of the more underrated guys in the NBA. I do. I really think Vucevic is really underrated, and I think he's a huge part of this Bulls team. And I think this is what I think the Bulls need to do. If they trade LaVine, get a nice little package, I like some of the pieces they got going on here. I would say keep Vooch, keep DeMar, get rid of LaVine, get a nice little package for him, and then let's see. Let's see what it's going to look like. But that's my story, at least. But I think, like you said, Vucevic back in the fold here for the Bulls, I think pays dividends, and I think they just smash the Hornets like they always do.
Yeah, that's they've had some really good success here. Matter of fact, I'm looking at the lineup today, and I don't see LaVine on the injury report, and I don't see him in there pegged in the starting line. It looks like White is in the starting lineup. Caruso in there as well. Should be interesting to see now that LaVine's healthy. Although
they should start.
27 minutes. He's projected to be the number 6 guy coming off the bench here. So interesting role here for LaVine coming off the bench. Still with that big contract.
now that I know Levine's 100% in, I almost don't like to play that much anymore. Levine's a cancer, man. But he's coming off the bench. I don't think they're going to let him ruin it. Kobe White has been hooping. I don't know if you guys have been watching Bulls basketball. He's been hooping. He's been much better for the Bulls than Zach LaVine was earlier this season, and I hope he continues to get the lion's share of the minutes.
I will say this, because I'm showing Drummond starting, Vucevic coming out. This may be what we've seen here, a kind of a trend with players coming back from the injured list. They usually put them in a bench role in their first game back, and then they put them into the starting lineup. So we'll see how that rolls. But LaVine is available here, and he'll be on a minutes restriction operating off the bench. So there you go. There's a little asterisk there. It's not a demotion to the bench, or I don't know how you'd want to call it. Maybe this. Let me see what the story is with Vucevic. Seeing that Drummond is penciled in the starting line. Maybe the same situation here, right? He's been out for a while. Let's bring him in gingerly. Let's don't go full out. I don't know how we feel about that.
Yeah, so I just went back and looked while we were sitting here talking. The Bulls, I want to say, have won 9 of the last 11 meetings versus the Hornets, and all of them were by damn near double digits. So I think they smash them tonight.
Same thing again. Probably mid 20 minutes here for both LaVine and Vucevic. They will be coming off the bench. I mean, I'm okay with Drummond. Drummond pulls down a lot of boards, so you can rotate them. We'll see how LaVine handles this bench role. Hey, will this be permanent for me? I don't know. We'll see. Kobe White's been the guy that's been. See, this is interesting now that you have Kobe White out there. How this is going to impact him.
Yes, like you said, because I love what I've seen from Kobe White recently. I don't know. I thought the LaVine deal would be done by the time he got back. I did, at least.
Big contract. It's hard to trace this. LaVine's got that contract, big contract, and the situation there is he gets hurt a lot because you can get stuck with it. And if you're negotiating for LaVine, you're probably hoping that Chicago can pick up some of the contract. But I doubt the Bulls would do that, right? But LaVine is locked in. Let's see what the contract. Let's see what his contract is. I know the contract coming into the season was an issue here. He's Jesus Christ. He's signed up until 2026, 2027 with a player option for big money. $50 million a year in his last year. 4-year, $166 million contract that he signed in July of 2022.
Insane.
So that's why it's hard. That's why it's hard to make a deal to move LaVine is because that contract.
And I don't even know who the suitors are. The Lakers?
The contract. The Bulls are going to have to eat up some of the. I just don't see it. And the Lakers, we talked about, everybody's up. They can't make a three, man. You can't make a three, you're not going to win this league, people. All you Laker fans out there, I'm out in LA, I hear all the fanboy radio, all the fanboys out there screaming for the coach's head, but I don't care who you put in there. You're going to shoot 14% from 3J. In today's NBA, you have no shot at winning.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This is a make or miss league, and when you're missing, you're going to lose. It's not hard to figure out.
Laker fanboy, man, it's tough to listen to out here, man. They're all over the country, by the way. That's not in LA. You know that.
Oh yeah, for sure. I got a taste of that in Vegas when I went to the in-season tournament. I was thoroughly shocked to see how many Laker fans were out there. That's all you saw.
Oh, I know. They're the fanboys there from the Lakers. But anyway, Jay on the Bulls here, laying the 9.5 here against the Hornets. And, of course, the action tonight here at 8 p.m. Eastern time. No college, no Texas team in the championship game, so we can't ask Jay about a Texas team. So let's take a look over at Docs Premium here for tonight's action. We got NBA. Look at Jay's NBA. It's been great. 1,157 units of profit in the NBA. Of course, we got college hoops heading into a big weekend of NFL. His Cowboys are in play as well. They're going to win the division. Possibly win the division. But who knows? Detroit's in action as well over the weekend. There are still meaningful games in the NFL. Of course, heading into big college hoops as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yes, sir. Tony T hit the nail right on the head. It is a money-making weekend. A lot of eventful things going on. We got a huge NBA card tonight. Let's start there. 14 games. 28 of 30 teams are in action. Hey, you guys can hop on a 3-day pass, get every single play that I release for the weekend, including that NBA. Tonight I have my NBA play of the day. Up there, we are 7-2-1 last 10, 32-18-3, last 53. We pushed last night, man, with the push heard around the world. Jokic. I can't believe the Warriors, man. But hey, it was what it was. We look to get back on track and actually make some money tonight, so you guys can hop on that play. Or again, like Tony T said, football tomorrow, NFL, college basketball, huge card, NBA, of course. So hop on something long term. Let's make some money over an extended period of time. And while I'm already talking about it, you guys can join my All Access Club. Text the number 775-636-7674. It's my guy Costi. Text him. Jay's Full Court Press. It's for the bigger bettors out there, for the guys that have asked me for that next level premium service. Hey, the guys that have been in there for the 2 months that we've been doing it, they're up 91 units. So I'm just trying to help you guys make some money. The way I do it is my rating system. I tell you about how I'm rating each game. If you think the package is for you, if you want to join, text the number, figure out a time to talk. But that's essentially what it is. So just trying to keep it rolling here in the NBA and all across the board. Pair me up with one of the guys here as well, and let's continue to kick the crap out of the books here at Pig Dogs.
That's right, guys. Get the crap bookmakers here, odds makers there. Get on board with Jay. Send that text over. Get signed up for the All Access. I'm seeing Diggs up there. I'm thinking any chance he might get a hold of Aaron Rodgers' doctor?
I wish. If we had him on the field right now, Tony T, oh my goodness, man.
My goodness, I know. I was just saying, hey, you got to give a call to Aaron Rodgers, maybe get him back on the field. They've got a special potion.
Rodgers. The thing is ACL is hard to come back from. Take it from me. I tore my ACL in the 7th grade, believe it or not. I tore it really young, and it was not a fun recovery. It was a gruel 9 months, and it's about what it's going to take for just about everybody. And I think the fastest I ever seen was AP, Adrian Peterson, but I think his was like MCL and partially torn or something like that. So ACL is a hard one to come back from. He'll be ready next season, but man, I wish he was out there right now.
Yeah, that's just they were going to overcome it. That was a tough blow, man. That was a real tough blow because this dude, the defensive, the interceptions that he plays on defense. But man, Cowboys were able to get through it here. We've seen some of these top teams, going backwards a little bit. The Eagles, the Chiefs, and the NFL doesn't make it easy for division. But I'll tell you this right now: when you win the division this year, as it looks like, they don't make it easy for division winners anymore. Now they added that 18th game because now you play another first place team from the AFC. So it's just you get hit with a tough schedule playing all these first place teams when you win the division.
Yep, you get hit with the first place schedule. You got to pay guys, so you don't have as many guys as you used to. That's why the Eagles are where they are. That's why the Chiefs kind of in the situation they are. It's hard to reload in the NFL. NBA, you can reload and reload and reload. In NFL, not really. So that's why you got to strike while the iron's hot, while the window is open. Hopefully, man, them boys can at least get to an NFC Championship game for the first time in my lifetime. Yeah,
when they say first place schedule, when you have those standalone games against division opponents, it's going to be first place versus first place, second place versus second place, third place versus place, last versus last. And there you can see how they make it tough on those division winners. All right, Jay, let everybody know about the weekend coming up with the shows. You got your NFL and an NBA video series as well as the live shows.
Yeah, man, ton of content from me here at Pig Dogs. NFL Jam Session will be dropping. NBA Jam Session drops every morning. I'll be hosting the weekend shows this weekend, so tune in. The guys you see here on the drive-thru usually are there. Jovan, Hot Rod, Brian shows up as well, Brian Bitler. So, and plus the guys you see on the morning show and other guys here throughout Pig Dogs, man. It's a lot of fun. Longer shows, so if you're going to tune in, buckle up. But a ton of great picks, a ton of great commentary. Tune in. Love doing it.
That's right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when Jay's live during the weekend, you're live with him. All right, Jay, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again Monday on the drive-thru.
Yes, sir, Tony T. See you Monday, my man. Let's make some money this weekend.
Indeed. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, let's bring in Jovan Burts. Catch him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Boy, I think he's covering in my view, I thought this was the toughest game on the board today. We'll bring him in right now. Jovan, what's happening? You're on mute there, Jovan. You're on mute.
Yeah, what's going on, Tony? You know I like to pick the tough games, man.
Yeah, you're picking the tough. I thought this was a tough one here because both teams are coming in with up arrows, really razor sharp arrows to the top here. Clippers and Pelicans. The Pelicans short favorites a point, total 230.5.
Yeah, and I'm on the Pelicans in this one now. You just hit the nail on the head. Both of these teams are on 4-game winning streaks. Covers of their last three, both of these teams. But there's just in my opinion, the Pelicans get the nod for me. First off, they're the home team. Second off, they're the better defensive team. Especially in the last 5 games where they just been shutting teams down, as far as, field goal percentage allowed. They're the number one. They're number one in that. They're number one in a lot of metrics defensively, including points allowed, per game. So I just think they match up well against the Clippers. I mean, and the proof is in the pudding because in the last 10 games between these two, it's been all Pelicans. 9-1 both straight up and against the spread. And James Harden, he's kind of chirping a little bit, because they're doing so well. Now he's chirping. He's like, oh, he doesn't hear anybody criticizing or whatever. Well, tonight's gonna be one of those nights where I think they take an L in this one. You know what I mean? Don't speak too soon, James Harden. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, I like what the Pelicans bring to the table. Both on both sides, both ends of the court, and they bring a little bit of length, a little bit of toughness, more toughness in this game than the Clippers. So I think it's all systems go for the Pelicans.
All right, Jovan says Pelicans, all systems go here, +1 here against the Clippers. It's been kind of sitting about that number the entire day. Yeah, as I said, we're looking here at Harden. Terrence Mann in the starting rotation here for the Clippers. Mann has been someone who was hurt early in the season, but they bring him into this spot. Powell, also Westbrook come out this. I think there's been some agreement. I was listening to someone talk earlier that is it Westbrook and Harden are going to play opposite. Did you hear the same thing about Westbrook and the Harden situation?
What do you mean? What when they're on the court?
They don't want to be on the court together. They're trying to keep them off the court together.
Yeah, I mean because maybe the relationship's frayed. I don't know. But their style of play doesn't mesh well because they both need the ball in their hands. That might be another issue. But yeah, I mean it makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? Basically James Harden came in and stole Russell Westbrook's slot. For lack of a better term. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where they got to make it work. James Harden's gonna get the burn. So. They gotta figure out a way to keep both of those guys happy, or really keep Russell Westbrook happy because he's a bit of a hothead, so he's an emotional guy. So.
Yeah, and of course the top man off the bench came down to decision. Looking at the benches here, Nance, Alvarado, Najee Marshall coming off here for New Orleans because when you look at the starting lineups, I think they're solid here. Of course. I mean, it's hard when you look at efficiency numbers when you have McCollum, Ingram, and Zion on the court together, man. These guys are razor sharp. When you get into the bench, you got Powell. You do have Westbrook coming off the bench. How do you see the benches play here?
Well, I like the Pelicans bench more, even though they don't have Trey Murphy, who was, I believe in some spots starting. But, that just frees up, more minutes for other guys coming off the bench. I love Alvarado and what he brings defensively. So guys like that, he gets the edge. Like guys like that get the edge over, Russell Westbrook or older Russell Westbrook, and guys like that. You know what I mean? So I like what the Pelicans are doing, quietly in the West.
No doubt about that here. So there we go with Jovan here on the Pelicans here, +1 here against the Clippers. This one tonight, one of the big games. Wish it was. They should get national television airing, but it doesn't here. 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream for tonight's action. Of course, we do have NBA on the board. 14-game card from the NBA. Lots of college hoops. We do have conference action as well. Big East. I saw a big one here from the Big Ten as well, man. Purdue and Illinois. There's a game fit for Saturday night primetime, but it's a Friday night game, so you get a really good game there. As well, heading to NFL weekend as well. Great results from Jovan over the past 3 days. 2,520 units of profit. That's rock solid from Jovan. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack going. My Take Flight Friday NBA 3-pack. Got 5 plays in all. 2 of them are for longer term clients. Like Tony said, with the graphic shows, I've been red hot as of late. I'm the number one NBA handicapper on the website, also the number 3 NFL handicapper on the website. Just trying to get it together each day, put together some winning days. You know what I mean? So, check me out on my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, my yearly. Like I said, I got 2 extra plays on the NBA side for longer term clients. So if you want to, get all my NBA, gonna have to get it long term. You know what I mean? So also match me over one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 Capital Emotional. You can't go wrong here at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it, guys. Got both Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. Great results, as you can see here. Last 30 days, 2,520 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs. Of course, Jovan having a great NFL NBA season. You can verify those numbers by going to Jovan's handicapper page. Long-term passes, way to go. You guys love that 3-day pass here on the weekend. Why not, right? All the NBA, all the NFL coverage. Remember, there's NFL on Saturday and on Sunday. When you get on board with that 3-day pass, include all the basketball as well as the NFL. So get signed up. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you show. Continue that great success. We'll catch up with you on the drive-thru on Monday, but we can catch you here on the weekend shows on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, per usual, on the morning show, Saturday and Sunday. I believe we're doing on roundtable for Saturday and Sunday. So, it's good to, give out multiple picks. And then I'll be back here on the drive-thru on Monday. And on the horizon, I'll be back to doing my my video series. So, stay tuned for that.
That's right, guys. Stay tuned for that. Jovan coming back with a video series, so keep an eye. Make sure to like, subscribe, set those notifications so when those videos drop, you get them in real time. It's coming soon. All right, Jovan, have yourself a great rest of the evening, great weekend. We'll catch you back on the drive-thru on Monday.
Absolutely. Have a great night. See you on Monday.
See you on Monday indeed. Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the show. Up next, we're going to welcome in Brian Bitler. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Brian in right now. Of course, Brian does have a video series as well here on the Pick Dogs YouTube channel. So we'll get more NBA coverage tonight here on this big 14-game card. But don't want to forget to let you guys know there are some really good matchups tonight in college hoops. We just talked about one earlier. I know UConn is about to tip off against Bitler. That's another one that's on the schedule for tonight. But, man, all eyes will be on that Purdue-Illinois game tonight, 8:30 Eastern time, I believe is the start time. Let's bring in our man Brian Bitler here. I think, I went a little too far here. Let me find him here, and we'll get him on the show for us here. Brian, what's happening?
Oh, it's Friday night, getting ready to do some square dancing. Hopefully going into the weekend red hot, enjoying the action. We've got some good games in college basketball, some good NBA, NHL, a little bit light tonight, but that's okay. We'll make up for that tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get up indeed. Tonight, we got Nuggets and Magic going head-to-head here. Denver will be here in back-to-back spot here after that Jokic shot from the distance here. Half-court shot. It's not too hard for NBA players to shoot from half-court. Yeah, it was tougher.
I'll tell you what, that hurt me because I had the Golden State Warriors plus the 3 points, so that kind of hurt me last night, kept me from having a 2-in-1 day. But you know what? That's kind of things happen in sports betting. At least it wasn't a loss from half court.
That's true, right? Or it could have been a 4-point loss in overtime. So you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's different ways to look at that one, right? I was hearing that because how many times when you have the underdog in overtime, it doesn't go your way, but anyway,
exactly.
It's just interesting to note here. We got the one here between the Magic and the Nuggets going head to head here with the Nuggets 9.5-point favorites here. We see the total 221.5.
Yeah, for my free play on Friday night, we're going to take a look at a very interesting matchup on paper. We got the Orlando Magic traveling to take on the Denver Nuggets. We should get a lot of action here on the Orlando Magic. I think they're going to be a public dog here tonight, getting this many points. Orlando has been absolutely lights out cover-wise, 23-11 ATS, 11-7 on the road. Very tempting, I think, for bettors here. Denver, although on a back-to-back spot, I think they're basically fully healthy going into this one. I think they're going to look to pay back Orlando for that loss they took in November. Denver 6-2-2 last 10 games versus the Orlando Magic. I think Denver has the offensive and rebounding advantage here, with Orlando having a slightly better defensive numbers. I think we see a statement 15-point win for the Denver Nuggets. As this one, this is get-out-of-town night for Orlando as they conclude that 4-game road trip. They've dropped 3 straight I think third game in 4 nights for the Magic. I think all signs point here to the Nuggets winning this game by 15 points.
All right, we got Brian here on the game, and this one will be the Nuggets here 9.5 against the Magic. The line opened 9.5, and mainly because of all the injuries on the Magic side. No Fultz, no Harris, no Ingles, no Isaac, but Franz Wagner has been someone who can put points up. One of the leading scorers there for the Magic will be out of this game. Pretty much the Nuggets cast will be in the line. It will be playing tonight, but again, you got Boncaro, you got Coanthony, Jalen Suggs. You're going to need a lot from them to try to keep up with Denver. The question comes to Denver is how much energy will they have? How much energy will they exert in this back-to-back spot after that?
It's tough with it's tough with Franz Wagner being out, and like you said, that emotional win last night against the Golden State Warriors, a real rivalry in the West. But I just think Orlando, though, even though they're not on the back-to-back, there's still 3 games in 4 nights, and I think they'll be ready to get out of town in this one. And Denver is very tough at home. They don't have a great against the spread number. I think they're 9-8 at home this year, something like that. But I expect them to pick that number up as we go into the second half of the season.
Yeah, and of course, Brian, a line reader. I mean, we all know about when we look at some of these lines. We know where some of the street bookies, the lines they get the street book. The street bookies have. This is the only place that has 10, and it's usually where the street bookies book. When they use this line source, the street bookie. The street bookies have it at 10 right now, which tells me that the squares are all on the.
Nice.
You're on the side of the squares.
Makes me happy.
You're happy, right?
I like to see that line go to 10, definitely.
Yeah. That's what the street bookies have it, which means that's where the guy in the corner in the bar, the guy that's in the bar, he's playing the Nuggets.
It's always good to have a street bookie on your phone, to be close. That way you can find out what his number is. You can compare it to some offshore and some U.S. sites. It's always good to have a bunch of different sources when you're looking at lines.
It's always good to have it's always good to have the street bookie line that he's using because you get the idea where the guy that's drinking the buds or smoking the buds in the bars, what they're playing. And it looks like they're playing. You're with those guys on the Nuggets.
For sure, and that's where I like to be. I remember the old days when before we had legal betting in Pennsylvania, I used to have a guy I called, he'd answer the phone, and he had the lines written down on paper. And when I saw a line come up, it was like a 1.5 or so different than what I'm seeing. That made me think twice before I was betting it.
There you go. Yeah, Brian, he'll be here on the Nuggets here, laying the 9.5 here against the Magic. This game will be airing tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. As we said, big NBA card tonight, 14-game card from the NBA. We also have action from college hoops, some really good matchups as well coming up here tonight, and heading into a huge weekend of NFL as well as college basketball, NBA action on the ice as well. Those big Saturday games. Also, too, the championship game coming up on Monday. Brian's showing great profit here over the last 30 days. Document over at Pick Dog Stream. What do you have going on over at the site?
I'll tell you what, only 2 premium picks, but I believe they're very solid. 1 NBA, 1 college basketball. My play in college basketball is my titanium play. College basketball, I'm on a 14-4, 78% run on my last 18. And my titanium play, 27-11, 71% last 38. So if you want that best bet, head on over to pickdogs.com. Pick it up for just $25. Also have my NBA money shot play. That one I really like tonight. 8-5, 62% run in the NBA. So definitely tomorrow we're going to have a lot more plays. It's just I didn't see a lot of surefire premium picks, but we're headed into a big week and there's going to be a lot of action.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dog Stream. See the great results here. 1,259 units of profit here in the last 30 days. So go ahead and get signed up over at Pick Dog Stream with Brian Bitler. And, of course, the long-term pass will serve you well. 3, 7, or 30 sports pass. Get all of Brian's premium plays for that time period to select. When you go to his handicapper page and make that purchase, use the promo code PICK, save that 15% off. All right, Brian, it's always great having you on the show. Enjoy the score dancing tonight. And, of course, hopefully you make it a great night. And also, too, let everybody know about your video series. We see the way you like to we put your video series up there, up on the channel you have set up every day. And, of course, we can catch you on the weekend shows.
Yeah, make sure everybody tunes in every day at the Pick Dogs YouTube channel for my shark betting contrarian predictions. I usually put 2 plays together. Just don't quite reach my premium list, but plays that people should be getting a little bit of money on. And I'll definitely be on the Sunday show, joining all my good buddies at pickdogs.com. Tomorrow, we got snow coming into Pennsylvania, and I'm kind of traveling a little bit, so it's going to be rough for me tomorrow with all that action and traveling-wise. But definitely looking forward to joining the guys on Sunday.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Check him out there, Brian Bitler, over at Pig Dogs Premium. Of course, catch him here on the channel as well. All right, Brian, have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again here on the drive-thru on Monday.
You have a good one, Tony. I'm going to go out and do some square dancing. I'll catch you on Monday, hopefully streaking. I'll be back here on Monday for sure.
Indeed. Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on here on the show. Guys, you ever miss a pick? We always recap at the end of the day, at the end of the show. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Let's continue here on the drive-thru. Up next, go ahead and welcome in Rod Zawacky. Catch him over at Pig Dogs Premium. It's good to us here on the show. Bring him and ready to roll here with Rod. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, not too much, Tony. Get batting down the hatches, getting prepared for a little bit of a cold snap coming our way. Finally, Old Man Winter's deciding to rear its ugly head next week. We'll see a little bit of minus 30. So,
yeah, oh boy,
I'll take minus 30 over the shake and the
shake. Oh yeah, the earthquake. I felt
rolling going on, and not a good rocking and rolling on.
Oh no, that rock. I'll tell you, it felt like I said before the show. It felt like it was going to be a really big earthquake. Because I mean, my TVs are rattling, and first thought came to mind, oh my God, this is the big one. This is going to be the big one. But fortunately, it didn't continue. It stopped after 15 seconds to make it about a 4.7. But man, I thought for sure this is going to be a big one. That crazy.
Can't say I've ever had that happen to me up here in Canada. Nope. No earthquakes. Little ones, like very little tremors, probably like aftershocks from those, but nothing like that. That's
no. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's too much.
Too much when the earth shakes like that. That was some feeling to sit through that. Well, I've been through a lot of earthquakes, but I've been through some big ones, and I thought this was going to be like that. Because that jolt, that first hard jolt you get, it either climbs and then it slows down. But this one, it wasn't long, which was weird. I fully expected it to be a massive earthquake, but it didn't happen. But anyway. We go out to, that is earthquake country in the Bay Area, right where Sacramento is. Sacramento here hosting the Raptors tonight. The Kings here, boy, I'm telling you, man, the Kings are getting a lot like LA, where the fans are just like, when they have bad losses, man, they really rip up the team, man. So they're feeling it here. The Kings here laying 4.5 total, sits 237.5.
Yeah, and look at this one here. For me, it's the new look Raptors. We've seen what they were before, and since the trade, they actually look pretty more improved. I like what I've seen in the first two games. Early on, still a small sample size, but you look, they've allowed this season to be their first road test here as they head out on the road into Sacramento. Sacramento at home is definitely not the prize chicken. They allow 120 points a game. Defensively, we know they like to run and gun. That's why this total's up at 237. Kind of leaning to the over is that. And you look at this Raptors team, and the sample size, they allowed 111, 121 in those couple of games. They average giving up 117 on the road themselves. So you put that together, and at the spread of 4.5, I think this is going to be a lot closer than this number. And especially when history between these two teams, you look that the Raptors love coming to Sacramento to play there. They've won 6 straight in Golden One Center in Sacramento. At a nice plus money. I kind of sprinkle a little on the money line, but you also look the Sacramento team. They've also failed to cover the spread at home as favorites, falling overtime in 8 straight. I think this Raptors new look comes in and has a good run. Like I said, sprinkle a little. I think they got a good shot to win this one outright. The refs on their side as well. Curtis Blair is reffing this game, and when the spread's between 0 and 4.5, the home favorite is only 2 and 5. JT Orr is also reffing this game, and the home favorite when he's reffing, 3 and 5. When the number's between 0 and 4.5. So nothing like having the ref in your back pocket as well. Get the Raptors plus the points. Spring a little on the money line. They love coming to Sacramento and beating up on the Kings. No light in the beam tonight, boys. Raptors get the win.
All right, you go Raptors there with the Raptors here just on the show here 4.5. You said spitable sum here against a Kings team, that is really inconsistent. I was kind of following some of the talk there with some of the folks in Sacramento because boy, they've been up in arms. And they expect this team to be elite. It looks like they're just going to be one of those first round exits. They're just resigned to the fact that this is all they're going to be with this team, either a first round exit or no greater than second round exit because they lack that consistency. Well, you can count on Fox and Sabonis and Malik Monk, but everyone else, man, they just can't stand Murray, his inconsistency, Harrison Barnes, Werder, those guys just not consistent enough. And no one even talks about this, but I've been talking about this 2 years in this Kings team. They just play terrible defense, and you saw that against the Celtics.
Terrible defense. As I said, at home here, they average giving up 120 points a game. So, you know what kind of defense that is to giving up 120 points a game. And this new look Raptors offense, I think, goes off. I'm just looking for a number. I like Emmanuel Quickly.
Quickly
tonight.
Yep.
What is point? Quickly tonight. I think he goes off on the Kings tonight. I was just trying to see what his point total was.
Yeah, Quickly had a big game in the box score the other night. He had a big game in the box score.
He did. He had a huge game, and I think he has another massive game here against that Matador type defense we're going to see from the Kings here in this one tonight. So
26 points
right.
In a game against
Memphis.
I
like the over. I like the over.
Yeah, he was a 6. Now here's something that's very significant here about Quickly. I'm glad you brought this up because this is something that's significant because Quickly was a 6th man in New York. So he comes to Sacramento and they say, "Hey, we're going to put you in the starting lineup." And when they do that to you, when they put you in the starting lineup and your contract is over in 2020 and you're on a contract year, that's optimum. That to me, that's a pretty good trade because that means you're going to get balls out every night from this guy because he's on a contract year. On Quickly.
On Quickly tonight, yes, exactly, right.
Quickly's on a contract here. He moves from a 6th man to the starting lineup in Sacramento. I'm sorry. He moves from the 6th man to the starting role in Toronto, I should say.
Correct. So how's his play going to do? He's excited for this spot to get to be able to play in the starting lineup and be a contributor to this Raptors team. And at 18.5 points. As you said, he scored 26 the night before. Well, 18.5 seems a little bit light. Get the over points. Emmanuel, I think he easily gets. He's hit 3 of the last 5. He's went over that number. Yeah, I'd take him to go over 18.5.
Oh, yeah. This is someone to keep an eye on, guys. Contract year, a 6th man in New York, comes to Toronto. You're in the starting lineup. You're on the last year of a contract that's paying you $4 million. In a contract year, oh my goodness, you're going to see this guy come every night. Every night.
Oh, yeah, because he wants a big contract.
Yeah.
I'm going to be good.
I mean, this is like a dream come true.
It's a new fresh start, right?
Oh.
New fresh start.
Yeah.
He's like nice. So,
I mean, this man's world changed. You could add, it's a dream. A dream. I mean, you go from a 6th man on a contract year to a starting role.
Exactly. I think he's going to be a big bright spot here for the Raptors. Yeah. He might save him from going to Seattle. As they say on the morning show, they were talking about the Seattle Raptors. Hey, not so fast. Someone might step in and say, no. Not quite yet going to Seattle.
No. They would not do that. That's the entire country there. You don't want to. No. You don't want to take NBA out of the entire. That's why Toronto is still in the NBA and MLB. Trust me, if they get an NFL team and they get an NFL team. Remember, Buffalo was trying to play games in Canada, right?
They were trying to, right? They were trying to get up into Toronto to play some games. We got a lot of Toronto fans that go down to Buffalo to watch the games. Definitely. Did you see that? Come on, when the Raptors won the championship, did you see the parade?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the people. I that's probably the biggest celebration I've seen ever. When a team has won the championship, the amount of people was insane. The freeways blocked off with people.
Yeah, that was crazy. They get a little violent. They get a little violent in Vancouver, though. Take a team out of there.
Oh, Vancouver! They like to riot. Let's start a riot. Well, that's because the garage band from Seattle's not too far away, right?
That's
it's just
true, right?
Skip and jump, knock the boat, and over they go. So that's kind of what happens there in Vancouver, I think. That's why I give them an excuse. I always say that whenever there's a riot in Vancouver. Well, Seattle's right there, right? All the garage bands, they come up to Vancouver. Yeah, Vancouver gets a bad rap.
Yeah, so a good point there, Rod. For all you prop guys, keep an eye on Quickly, right? That's the big lesson you learned here is Quickly is on a contract year, was a 6-man in New York, now in the starting lineup in Toronto. It's balls out to get that contract next year. So that's a monster move there. So something to keep an eye on. You guys look at these contract status for these players when they move. And boy, dollar signs. The guy's seeing green. The guy's
yeah.
Raptors.
He's like, if I go off here, cha-ching.
Oh yeah.
So,
and they need offense in Toronto, right? That's that's it.
And as we see, the books haven't adjusted yet. 18.5 is light. That'll get up into the 20s as the games process. This is only the third game with everybody together, so jump on it now.
Yeah, keep an eye there on this man. This is again. I'm sorry, Mr. Schroeder, you're on the bench now, but we got Quickly in here now. So go under on Schroeder. Go under on Schroeder. Hey, you had your shot in L.A., bro. You couldn't hang with LeBron. So
you did, yeah. You had your shot there, and now look what you got. Now you're riding the bench.
You're riding the bench. All right, Raptors plus 4.5 against the Kings tonight, 10 Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, a big NBA card, 14-game card, NHL. Nice college hoops. We got a big one coming up. I told you about that Purdue-Illinois game. This is a must-watch out there. Also, too, hockey, we're heading into a big weekend. NFL, remember, we got 2 NFL games, standalone games tomorrow. Rod, who's doing great work in the NFL this year. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium, massive weekend in the NFL. I've already dropped some plays premiums in there for the NFL. I've got my NBA drop a dime play, 8-3 on the year on that one. Love it tonight in the NBA. I also got my NHL sniper play, crushed it with Florida yesterday. Looking to win back-to-back plays on it. Those are available singly or it's Steak Friday. So those are available in the Steak Friday package, as well as a college basketball play in there that you can scoop up. And that college basketball play just happens to be on the play that Tony was mentioning, the Illinois and Purdue game. I've got a side in that one as well. So your best deal on a Friday, jump aboard, grab a 3-day pass, use that promo code PICK at checkout, and join me for this Friday. We got loaded college hoops tomorrow, NFL tomorrow, loaded hockey card with a dozen games going tomorrow, and then we got more NFL on Sunday. The last of the regular season wraps up there, and then you got the national championship, which I've already put in, so you will get that included in your 3-day pass. So it's like getting 3 days. You get 4 days for 3 days. Jump aboard. Join me this weekend. I'm excited about this weekend's action. Crushing the books and making some money.
That's right, guys. Got to go to Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dog. Long-term pass. We talked that 3-day pass. He's going to throw in that Michigan, Washington winter free there. And, of course, all the NFL. That 16 games this weekend. So get on board. Pick is a promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, Rod, as always, great having you show. To that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. We'll catch you as well on the weekend shows. And, of course, your NHL A to Z. You cover every game from the NHL with a pick as well as a parlay.
Yeah, definitely. We crushed it with the 3-team parlay last night with that parlay. So definitely like, subscribe, turn on that bell. That way you get notified when the content drops over at Pick Dogs, and you can get jump aboard with us because we crushed that parlay. I got a 2-teamer up there tonight. Go check it out. It's archived. And then tomorrow's NHL action. As I said, a dozen games going. Plus, I got a 3-teamer parlay that I absolutely love for Saturday. So head on over, check it out. It'll be dropped shortly for Saturday's action, but tonight's action is already up there. So jump aboard. I'm excited. And then tune in on the weekend. It might be 3 hours long, but hey, you definitely tune in. Get the big mug. I think I need a bigger mug though, Tony. Those shows, they're a little long. They run a little longer than normal. Goodness. I think I need to have this mug, and then I'll have
I think you just need to get one of those 1-cup Keurugs. Get one of those 1-cup coffee makers.
Yeah, get one of them. Yeah.
Get a 1-cup.
Yeah, like
that's
a
all you need.
Bigger K-cup. That's what I need. Yeah. Because you get like halfway through, and you're like, man, I can use it.
Yeah, it gets cold.
Yeah.
And these things work great, you know.
Those, yeah.
Yeah, those things work good.
See, so I can have one.
Have one and get a little one cupper, and there you go. When it's ready, get a fresh brew, ready to roll.
And then have and that's what I need for tomorrow, definitely.
There you go. Right.
We love those shows and love giving out winners. So definitely tune into the morning show. We always have a good time there. Sometimes we go at it a little bit because we always can't agree on the same team who's going to win a game. It's just the way it goes. But always good time.
But also saying those 2 hour plus shows, just take small sips. Okay, take small sips. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, exactly. Because it's
you gotta take small sips, man. It's hard to hold that long. All right, Rod. Have a great night, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, have a good one, Tony. We'll catch you on Monday. Everybody else will catch you tomorrow morning. Tune into those hockey videos. Crush.
Indeed. Crush the books. All right. Rod Zawacky here on the Drive. Let's continue. I'm getting some news here in the chat here, man. Ramon coming. Doncic doubtful tonight with that ankle against Portland. Doncic looks to be doubtful in that game here. Let's see. I'm getting notes, getting texts from folks. Let's see here. Yep. So Doncic will be. Let's see what that did to the line here. 7 right now. We're seeing from 11 to 7 now with the Dallas favored in that game. So we've seen a drastic line movement here in that Dallas game. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Interesting game tonight here with Nick Menken. Boy, he's out here in LA, man. They're just almost all up in arms about that Lakers loss to Miami the other night. But we'll bring Nick in tonight. Let's see if he's going to add fuel to the fire. Or are they going to fan the flames a little bit? Nick, what's happening?
Tony T, we're definitely going to throw some gasoline on this fire for your...
all right. Here he comes. Added some gas. All right, Grizzlies, Lakers tonight. Boy, it seems like a must-win. Everyone's so up in arms with this January schedule. Lakers are home a lot, but they're playing tough teams. Lakers laying 4, total 225.5.
Yeah, let's roll into this Memphis Grizzlies team. Their overall record, 11-23. I'm not going to look too deep into this. You know why. They didn't have Ja Morant for 3/4 of these games. They're 8-10, though, on the road. 2 games below 500, 5-5 in their last 10 games. They are just coming off a bad loss to the Raptors, 116-110. And Ja Morant, he is back into this lineup. He's averaging 25.6 points per game for this Memphis Grizzlies team, and he's going to Hollywood where the stage is bright. Let's roll into this Los Angeles Lakers team who is absolutely falling apart here in the last week or so. 17-18 a game below 500 here. 11-5 though at home. They do play good at home. They are 2-8 though in their last 10 games on a 3-game losing streak. Right now, just dropping their last one to the Miami Heat, 110-96. They absolutely shot the ball tremendous, or awful. One of the worst performances that I have ever seen, I think, from a Los Angeles Lakers team in my era. I think they were 12% or something from the field. It was ridiculous how bad of a team they were shooting. It was just awful. And then in tonight's game, you got LeBron James and Anthony Davis game time decisions. Here we go again. Every game, they're a game time decision. I'm expecting at least one of them to be in the lineup here, if not both of them. I'm not sure if you have that on your side yet, Tony, but I'm expecting Ja Morant to have a lights-out game here in Hollywood. I am taking the Memphis Grizzlies on the spread here against a struggling Los Angeles Lakers team who plays well at home, but I think the Memphis Grizzlies keep it close. If not win, they cover it in tonight's matchup.
All right, we got Nick here on the Grizzlies, +4, +4.5. Let's see what it looks like right now. We're seeing 4s and 3.5s down the marketplace. A lot of Grizzly money coming in. Of course, there's a lot of stuff in the news circulating how everyone's upset with the coach. They're always going to be upset with the coach. No one wants to take personal responsibility out here. When you can't make a shot, you can't hit threes, and we're going to blame the coach. I mean, that's the coach. This is the coach that took you to the Western Conference Finals last year, right? I mean, it's amazing how nobody out here or this team wants to take accountability for the performance. And I guess this stuff gets out through the agents and stuff, and it's just a lot of nonsense throughout the media. But anyway, yeah, this is. I mean, I kind of looked at this maybe as a circle the wagon games. Maybe I'm making too much out of it for this game. It is just one game, but the Lakers have a really tough schedule here. The one concern here with Memphis, I know Morant's been is good. You got Smart now back with him. That's something that helps. But looking here of course, the Lakers, they don't have much of a bench either. No Hachimura, no Vincent, so that could be part of the problem. Russell's doubtful. So, oh my goodness. So when you get past the starting lineup, man, for the Lakers, I think this is where you're kind of in trouble. You got Christie, Vanderbilt, Wood. Wood never played a lick at defense in Houston. Boy, this is where it gets rough here.
James and Davis? Are James and Davis playing tonight?
We've got Davis was upgraded to probable. James is still carrying that questionable tag, and he's been carrying that questionable tag for some time, right? He seems like he's always. It just seems to me that he's just going to play. In my opinion, that he'll play through it. And this stretch of games here, again, everyone's talking how important it is. Lakers. Again, you can't play in these play-on rounds. You got to get the 6th seed at least. I mean, you can't be with this team's old. You can't play an extra week. You need that week off. And it seems to me as they're seeing an opportunity to get the 6th seed just slip away here in this stretch of games.
I mean, you see it. You saw it when the last time when they played in the playing games, it beat them up. They were tired. They were beat up. So they're an older team, and you could see it here. You're going to see LeBron James and Anthony Davis here day in and day out on that game time decision because they're wondering if they do need rest here in tonight's matchups or later on this season. It's a hit or miss with these Lakers, especially, later on in the season when they do have to sit LeBron James, Anthony Davis just to get them rest so they can be healthy for these playoffs. We'll see tonight if they are in, but, I'm liking this Ja Morant in Hollywood where the lights are big.
Yeah, John Morant there. We'll see how, again, with the one thing with the Lakers, what they do well at home this year as is defend. So we'll see if the defense can come up here. That's the one thing they can hold to their what they do well is they have trouble with a team like Menken because Miami has so much depth, right? It's not just one man here. We mentioned Morant. But what do you think about the guys around Morant?
Yeah, you got Marcus Smart. You just said it. He's back into this lineup here, and I think he's gonna take weight off Ja Morant's shoulders, but it's going to be mostly Ja that's going to carry this game, I really believe. But now that he's got Smart here on the perimeter, I mean, we'll see what they could do against a very, very big lineup here in Los Angeles. I think you got to win shooting the long ball here tonight in Los Angeles.
Yeah, no doubt about that. All right, Nick here on the Grizzlies here, +4, +4.5, +3.5. There's a lot of Grizzly money coming in early this afternoon here in this one because there's news starting to circulate about all the tension that's brewing between players and coaches. And as we mentioned earlier before, nobody here, like in LA, the players, they just don't seem to like to take personal responsibility. Grizzlies here plus the points tonight, 10 Eastern time. You can watch it on ESPN. Everyone to see. All right, Nick, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Nick has been on absolute fire. Look at the NFL board, 1,192 units of profit in the NFL this season. But again, the NBA is also showing profit. Also showing profit this year in NHL. Profit in the NBA, over 1,000 units of profit here. And again, showing great profit. All sports combined last 3 days. Yesterday as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, real proud of what we did last year in 2023. We had a clip over 840-something games, and we finished profitable on the season. We're hitting right now in the NFL an 58%, and in our NBA, which I have 2 NBA plays in my 3-pack tonight, we are hitting a 65% this season in the NBA. So definitely go check that out. Hop on something long-term here. We got a huge weekend. We got our last week of NFL here. So grab that 3-day pass, match us up with a 2-for-1 with another capper here. We're profitable all year, and we're looking to continue this profitability in 2024.
That's right, guys. I'm with Nick Menken over at Pick Dodge Premium. Great results at NFL. Doing great work, as you can see there. Also, NBA has been on absolute fire. Get on board. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% out. Get the long-term passes. That's the way to roll with Nick Menken. He's been on absolute fire. All right, Nick, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. Let everybody know we can catch your video series here with those first halves NBA.
Yeah, we got first half NBA, kind of like the Nicky Nerfy. I gave you 3 of my favorite plays. We swept the day actually on Tuesday. We swept, went 3-0. So definitely go check that out. I'm there every single day dropping them, guys. So go check that out. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. That's
right. Hit the like, subscribe button. Get notified when Nick drops those videos. You get them right away. He's been on a tear right now. NBA, NFL, all sports combined last 3 days as well. All right, Nick. Have a great night. Just got to ask you before you go, with all the Dodger talk, we know you're out there in the Phoenix area. A lot of the Diamondback fans are saying, hey, we're the reason why the Dodgers spend all this money. I'm just joking because I've heard some of that. But what's the talk there in Arizona as they're seeing all this money fly here in L.A.?
We'll see. I'm liking the Arizona's chances next year. We'll see. I might get some season tickets over there, but they're young. They're hungry, especially making it to the World Series. Yeah, they got Ohtani now with these your Dodgers over there in Los Angeles. So it will be a good showdown when they come here. I'll definitely be going to the games. That's for sure.
Should be exciting there in the West. How all this is transpiring here. Again, spring training. They should pitchers report. I think in just about a month, right? We're not too far away.
Yeah, February. I believe it's the first weekend of February, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, former.
And
we will tell you, Nick is a former collegiate baseball player, big time baseball player in college baseball, and we do see some of the lines up there. We do see the college baseball World Series lines up there as well. We're starting to see a little bit more betting in that area.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to bet on college regular season. I'm ready for that.
Exactly. He knows the angles. There you go. Maybe we can some money. That's money. Nick can pick them. All right, Nick, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, Tony T. Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You got Nick Menken here on the drive. We get time to one of his passes. Man, he has been on the tear last year and into this year. Let's continue on here. Let's get to the recap. My game comes up late tonight, so let's go ahead and actually there's been some line movement here with some news about Durant, so we'll get to that in a second. Let's get over here to the recap. We'll recap the games here just a second. Let me get to the games here. We got to get all the way back to the recap screen. I think I'm going to have to add another board here. Let's see. Let's bring it up here right now. Recap. Jay was on the Bulls laying the 9.5 against Hornets. Jovan took the Pelicans +1 against the Clippers. Brian says Nuggets laying the 9.5 against the Magic. Rod was on the Raptors +4.5 against the Kings. Grizzlies here for Nick +4.5 against the Lakers. I'll be on the Heat. Of course, that news with Durant. Look at late 3. The line is. I think it was already factored in that 3.5. It will be graded on 3 here. I'm kind of agreeing there with John Stewart there with what he's saying about the Lakers stopping the bleeding there. I think I'm kind of leaning that direction myself. I mean, this is kind of a circle the wagons game in here situation-wise, but we'll see how that rolls. Let's see. I wanted to tell you which one I like the most here. Let's see what we got. Let me pull the game up here. Let's see. It's not going to be that one. I just want to remember. I'm already looking at tomorrow's card. There's only 4 games tomorrow. I think I was leaning on that Raptors side. Let me double check here. Yeah, it's going to be the Raptors. Yeah, it's definitely going to be the Raptors. The Raptors are shooting the ball. We talked about Quickly's move into the starting lineup and just how bad Sacramento plays defense at home. Yeah, give me the Raptors here with Rod here. That's the one I like the most. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. No, let me tell you. Let's go back to my game, right? We got to get back to my game. It's not going to be this one, obviously. I've got to move the chains. I've got to move the chains on both ends. Let's see here. Let me go here. We know we're going to be on the Heat tonight, and we're going to get the sharpest book in the world still has 4, believe it or not. Okay, so maybe there's been some buyback. I might have been already baked in the number, to be honest with you. That may have been the reason here. But let's get the game up here. For those that are not listening or just watching, I'd like to have where are we at here? Where is the Heat and Suns? Yeah, it's later in the evening. Okay, here we go. Heat, Suns. The sharpest book in the world has moved. It's 3 now. 3, and we're seeing 3.5 in some places, in most places, but we're starting to see it come down. And I'm going to be on the Heat side here. +3.5. Nope, that's gone now too. So that has just been bought up. So it's 3 everywhere. So grade me on the 3 in this game. And it really comes down to, again, poor defense here by Phoenix at home. I think they have a plus rating, just plus 1.5 at home because the defense is bad. Yeah, 26 in home defensive efficiency for this Suns team. Get up 118 points per 100 possessions, just +1.5 net rating. They failed to cover 14 of 19 at home. We look at the Suns. We look at the Heat over their past 5. They're defending, holding teams to under 110 per 100 possessions, and Phoenix allowing 48% shooting at home. And I'm going to go here with the Heat here at +3. Grade me at the +3. These lines move, and we're using, obviously, a live line service to bring us from the sharpest book in the world. Let me see. I know some of you guys like it when I say the Street Bookie. The Street Bookie is still at 3 that game, too. So they've moved their line, too. So there you go. That's going to do it here for this. This will do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again on Monday, right? We're heading into the weekend, if I can recall. Yeah, we're heading into the weekend, so that's going to do it for this edition of the drive-through. Actually, over at Pick Dogs, got a 3-pack as well as play from college basketball as a best bet. So 4 premiums for me on the board. Get signed up. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. Of course, the multi-cap promotion will save you even more money there. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the drive-through, guys. Make sure you tune in again Monday. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. We'll get the place for you here in real time. Remember to always get started here with the weekend show. Remember on the weekend, on Saturday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time, you get all the roundtable discussion and more. Check it out. Jay hosting with all the cappers. Many of the cappers you see here from the drive-thru will be on, giving out free picks there. Remember, I'm knocking out this flu, by the way, if you noticed, but I still got a little bit of it left, but I should be knocking it out. I should have got that lozenge back in me, so let me get that here. But it's pretty much knocked out. I should be back to 100% come Monday, but that'll do it for this edition of the drive-thru, guys. Be sure again to tune in again. Monday, we'll do it all over again. And, of course, all the great video series up here. We got Mitch's 7 Picks in 5 Minutes. The Betting Tools Show also is 7 Picks in 5 Minutes. We've got Rod Zawacky, A to Z from the NHL. Every game on the board from the NHL. Also a parlay video as well. We got Chris with his wraparound here from the NHL as well. We got Nick Menken first half. I'm going to have to get that lodging in me. Hang on, guys. All right, there we go. We got Nick Menken with his first half NBA. Also, we've got Rod Romanelli. It's just too much here. Excuse me. Tail end of it, guys, so don't worry. Now just going to do it here. Nick Menken as well. We got Rod Romanelli with his rundown from the NBA as well as his, We got Ron Romanelli with his rundown here from college football as well as college basketball. Jay with his NBA rundown as well as NFL rundown. Brian Bitler with his sharp flicks for you as well. Also Costy with his sharp trading plays. We also have our man Jovan coming soon with his video series, right? That's coming up shortly. So lots of content here. Big Al McMorty All Access, Costy's sharp trading play, Jay's jam session, and his special plays for you all access as well. That's going to do it for the show, guys. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here on the show. We got Mills coming in, marking in 23.5 points as we hit with Wemby. That's right, hit with Wemby. We got Mills coming in, best prop of the day, marking in 23.5 points over there. So there we go from our man Mills as well. And a lot of folks up there on the Lakers here. So, again, thanks to everybody in the chat room. Great week. Jaime Viana, thank you for joining us as well. Tico was in the room today, says Mavs. Raven Ron, shout out to you. Andy Edelson. Our man John Stewart in there. And Ramon Scott in there as well. Likes the Heat in that one as well. Blake in here. Otani, the Dodgers. Well, I mean, we talked about that for last year, right? I thought we were going to do it. And they can make money with them. That's really what it comes down to. They have the money. You know, when you allow an owner that's worth $6 billion and he owns a company with company assets worth $362 billion, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to outspend everybody. I mean, Major League Baseball owners allowed him in. They allowed, they're playing $40 no limit, and they allow a guy to come in and buy in for $10,000. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, this is what's going to happen. He's going to try to dominate baseball like he dominated for the financial markets. That's what you got, a dominator. Remember, you brought in a dominator, a guy that dominates his sector. He's going to try to dominate the Major League Baseball sector. Let's see how this goes. So that's how I look at it. All right, that's going to do it here for the show, guys. We got Mills in there as well. Lots of great contributions. Oh, I want to get in here. Ron Crawford, Jets in regulation. I'm assuming Winnipeg Jets. We didn't really cut much coverage on the NBA, on the NHL today, but I'm assuming it is. And I'm probably tell you, it's got to be. It's got to be that Winnipeg Jets in regulations. I should hit the mute button. Sorry about that. But anyway, there we go. All right, so we had a great weekend. Love everyone's contributions in there as well. And our man Nicholas D. All right, that's going to do it for the show. Let's bring in our crew from night. Anyway, goodbye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon, evening,